Rest in peace, Conquest. Just like this guy who got bayonet charged out of nowhere. Go back and rewind that. That dude just comes in the frame and stabs him. Done deal. In and out. That's it. He's dead. But anyways, guys, how's it going? Bring you guys some Battlefield 1 beta gameplay, and it came and went oh so quickly. And unfortunately, I did not get to spend as much time as I would have liked to in the beta. But, you know, I was busy in the real. I went camping over the weekend. But the time that I did play in the beta, I strictly played Conquest. Didn't get in the rush, just played Conquest, or the game mode formerly known as Conquest, R.I.P. Prince. You know, that's all I played. I've just played Conquest, and I can no longer consider this Conquest anymore. It's domination, in my opinion, from Call of Duty. They did too many changes to it. Now, before the game came out, I did not follow the game, what was going to be in it, what they changed, anything like that. I tend not to do that anymore because when you anticipate a game, you overhype it and stuff like that, you just get, it just leads to disappointment, especially nowadays. No Man's Sky. But one of the things that they changed in the beta that I did hear about was that kills, deaths, no longer bleed tickets. Technically, it was like when you respawn back in the game, that would take away the ticket on whatever side you're on. But anyways, it's no longer like that in the beta. It doesn't really matter anymore. I mean, it still matters. Kills still matter in objective game modes. It just in different ways. Anyways, there's, you know, people are for this change. People are against this change. I understand both sides of the argument. For one, the way it is now in the beta, it promotes, you know, more objective gameplay. Especially with all the points you get from capturing flags. It definitely promotes objective gameplay, but then there's situations like this that I'm gonna miss if they don't change this.
They all suck, but our team just suck more.
I'm not spawning.
You have enough flags to not spawn?
Yeah.
Alright.
And they keep spawning!
You don't understand. You suck.
Don't do it.
Holy what?
I told you, dude.
What the fuck is going on? Are you serious?
That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
Oh, what?
You doubt my fucking magical powers, man.
I didn't. Okay, whatever you say, guys.
I'm really gonna miss moments like that where I'm just in the chat yelling at the team like, please don't spawn, don't do it, don't spawn. We could win, we could do it, we could win if nobody spawns, because spawns take away your tickets. And I have many more examples of that, some epic comebacks, such epic comebacks, but the ones that were always the most satisfying were the ones where it came down to literally not spawning in the game. Ridiculous comebacks, over 100 tickets. Hundreds of tickets, and I got bored looking through my hard drive, honestly, on Battlefield 4. I have like 3 terabytes of gameplay from Battlefield 4 that I should probably do something with now. There were situations where you get someone who just feeds the enemy kills, and that can also be really frustrating.
Some of the people on our team to spawn like crazy.
Multi-kill.
Alright. Jesus Christ, huh? Oh,
You motherfuckers!
I was just sitting there watching that. That was retarded.
Oh, no wonder why. 3 and 24, 4 and 21. So situations like that were a little frustrating, but you know, it happens. take the good with the bad. There's pros and cons to everything, like I said. So for that reason, I could go either way with how they made that change specifically to Conquest. I remember a friend of mine we used to play with on Xbox on Battlefield 3. He was really bad. Type player, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He was cool though. He was a homie. And I remember one game I'll never forget. It was Operation Menstro. I remember he had 69 deaths. He had under 10 kills. I think he had like 6 or 7 kills. But he had 69 deaths, and we lost the game. You know, you could say specifically because of him. If he wasn't in the game, we would have won the game. Situations like that were really rare, so it didn't really matter too much. So, like I said, I could go either way with that change. You know, kills, bleeding tickets, and whatnot. Another little minor thing that they changed, which it's not too big of a deal. This will affect people on PC more than console, but they flipped the scoring system. So instead of bleeding tickets now, you're trying to get up. So both teams start at 0 now, and then you want to get to the set number of points for your team. And in this case, in the beta, it was 300. You know, again, not too much of a big deal, but for PC, when you get those high-ticket servers, you're going to have situations where you hop in a server and you're like, what does the score go up to? Does the game end at 300, 500, 1,000, 2,000? Who the fuck knows? It probably says in the server browser, but I wasn't paying attention to that nonsense. Anyways, moving along. That's just a minor little thing. I do wish they brought it back to the way it was. I wish they just leave Conquest alone is the bottom line. But now the main reason why I can say that this is no longer Conquest. This is the straight domination now. And the way it worked in Battlefield 4 and 3 and Bad Company 2, etc. For those of you who are not aware, not only did killing players on the enemy team bleed their tickets, but the only other way to bleed their tickets is by holding more capture points than the enemy team. So, for instance, this map has 7 flags. In order for us to burn the enemy team's tickets, we would have to have 4 or more flags. The more you have from that, the faster it will bleed. So if you have 4, it bleeds at one rate. You know, you have 5, it'll bleed a little bit faster. 6, 7, etc. You know, if you completely dominate the map, they go quick. It doesn't work like that no more. And correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but now it works strictly like domination, where you get these situations where, like me and Mac were playing, and we're like, why is every game so close? We have a majority of the flags the entire time. The enemy team will have like 2, 3 flags max the entire game, yet the games are so close. 20 ticket differences, 30 ticket differences. I had my tinfoil hat on. I was like, dude, what is DICE like manipulating the game to make it seem more like it's even so people won't rage quit the game? Because I know especially if I'm playing by myself, if I hop into a game and the other team just getting destroyed, I'll just fucking leave and find a new server. I'm trying to enjoy the game. I'm trying to have fun with the game. And I'm not having fun when the team's like lollygagging with their thumbs up their asses somewhere doing God knows what. But anyways, so now it works. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong again. It works like domination in Call of Duty, where if the enemy team has 1 flag, they still keep getting points. Before it wasn't like that. They had to have a majority to bleed their tickets, the enemy team's tickets. It's not like that no more. So we were getting these games super close that shouldn't have been close. They should have been blowouts, but they were not. And it's because of this, it will be extremely difficult to have those epic comeback games. I'll never forget Battlefield, I forget if it was 3 or 4, but it was on Gulf of Oman, which is in both those games. Me and Mac joined the server. We were down like 800 tickets. We had 200, the enemy team had like 1,000. So we're like, yeah, fuck it, let's just get in the attack helicopter, we'll fly around and kill some people, and you know, the next game we'll try and actually win. Well, we ended up going on the massive tear with the helicopter, and we shut down the map. Remember, we were on the US side, and we straight shut down the map. And we're like halfway through it, and we're like, wait a minute, we could actually win this game. And I remember we ended up winning by like 2 or 3 tickets right at the very end. Moments like that I am going to miss. They were the best moments. And I recorded that gameplay many years ago, and unfortunately I remember the audio got messed up, so I ended up deleting it. That's one gameplay that I really wish I kept. It was one of the most epic comebacks that I have ever had in Battlefield, and that I will probably ever have. But the way that it's set up now, the only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you capture every single flag of the map and hold it, which is extremely difficult to do because someone on the other team can easily go on the outskirts of the map in like a jeep or in this case a horse and the farthest flag away, capture that flag. People on their team will start spawning on that flag, branch out, and capture other flags. So it's really hard to hold all flags the entire match, and a lot of times it can actually end up screwing you over when you hold all the flags. You get situations where your team's like right at their base, and that allows their team to spawn on the other flags and branch out unopposed essentially and capture everything. You're not going to have moments like that with the way it's set up now. And rest in peace, Conquest, man. Peace. Have a good one.